Sir, I have a question for you regarding Tawheed and Shirk concepts. تو لگ رہا ہے کہ یہ تو پورا سبجیکٹ ہوگا, سوال تو نہیں ہے. Since this is one of the most misunderstood and discussed concept here in the United States, I am doing a comparative study of your books on Tawheed, my books I mean, and the book of Tawheed by Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahab, comparative study of. I have written a book, its name is Kitab al-Tawheed. بہت والیومز ہیں, نکالیں گے. یہ توحید اور توحید سے ریلیٹڈ سبجیکٹس پر اتنی جامع کتاب صحیح عقیدے پر مبنی پچھلے کئی 100 سال کی ہسٹری میں نہیں لکھی گئی. میری بات سمجھے, توحید کے سبجیکٹ پر یہ 2 والیومز ہیں, 800 صفحے ہوں گے میرے خیال ایک کے. تو یہ ایک کتاب توحید کے کنسپٹ کو کلیئر کرنے پر پچھلی کئی, جب سے یہ بحث امت میں چھڑی ہے ہسٹری میں, توحید ہے, شرک ہے, اور ہر چیز کو شرک بنا دینا, اس کو 300 سال ہو گئے اس بحث کو. محمد بن عبد الوہاب نجد سے جو اٹھے تھے, تو ان کی اس موومنٹ سے لے کے آج تک پھر اس کے اثرات انڈیا میں پھیلے اور پھر باقی عرب ورلڈ میں اور سارے. تو 3 صدیوں میں اس سبجیکٹ پر صحیح انٹرپریٹیشن کے اوپر کوئی کتاب نہیں لکھی گئی. یہ صدیوں کے اندر اس سبجیکٹ پر لکھے جانے والی کسی بھی مکتب فکر کی طرف سے, اہل سنت ہوں یا اہل تشیع, یہ پہلی کتاب آئی ہے 300 سال کے اندر. تو یہ اس کے لیے جس بیٹی نے بھی ہے, جس میں نے لکھا ہے, اس کا حوالہ دے رہی ہوں. تو میری یہ کتاب کتاب التوحید, اور ایک رسالہ تھا محمد بن عبد الوہاب نجدی, محمد بن عبد الوہاب کا, اس کا نام تھا رسالے کا کتاب التوحید. وہ خود تو چھوٹا سا رسالہ, تو بعد میں جو ان کے علماء آئے انہوں نے پھر اس کی کمنٹریز لکھی. تو کمنٹریز اس طرح والیوم, ایک والیوم میں بھی ہیں, 2 والیومز میں بھی ہیں, تو کمنٹریز کی فارم میں وہ بک بن گئی. میری بات سمجھے؟ تو کافی کمنٹریز آج تک لکھی گئی ہیں پھر اس کی بنیاد میں. تو یہ وہ کہہ رہی ہیں کہ وہ کمپیریٹیو اسٹڈی کر رہی ہیں میری بکس کتاب التوحید اور ان کی کتاب التوحید پر. And book of Tawheed Abdul Wahab, I have listened to almost all of your lectures on the subject, and mashallah, they clarify the concept in detail and clarify many misunderstandings. I have one point I am struggling to get understanding about. In Sahih Bukhari, there is a hadith in which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that he does not fear of shirk for his ummah. And then there is a hadith in Sunan Abi Dawud and Musnad Ahmad in which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the day of judgment will not occur until one big group from ummah will join mushrikeen, and many people of my ummah will start worshipping idols. His question is how to correlate and understand the meanings of these 2 hadiths together. چلو الحمدللہ, میں سمجھا تھا پورا ایک پیج ہے تو یہ تو کوشچن نہیں ہوگا, تو بڑا اسپیسیفک کوشچن ہے ایک سنگل پوائنٹ پر. Since the question is in English, so I will answer this question in English. I have given you the background of Kitab al-Tawheed. There is a specific question asked by our sister or daughter. She says there is a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and this hadith comes in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, and this is a muttafaq ala hadith. And I have related and quoted this hadith also in one of my books on hadith. This is Al-Minhaj al-Salim. This is one of the compendiums on hadith which I have written. So this is also very famous and very popular book. The Arab ulama in Syria, Yemen and Egypt also, they read and study and give lectures of this book by as a course. And Jami al-Umawi, Jami Masjid the great historical mosque of Damascus, there is the Sheikh Muhammad Saeed As'ad al-Saghaji. So there is full-fledged halaqa on fiqh and hadith, and this book is taught there as a textbook there. And they gave ijaza of this book to their students and ulama in Egypt and many other places. So I have mentioned these kind of hadiths also in this book. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, and this was one of his last speeches of his life. And this happened when he went to a visit of the graves of the martyrs of Uhud. Holy Prophet ﷺ, along with his companions, he visited the martyrs, the graves of the martyrs of Uhud, the Shuhada of Uhud, and he prayed for them. And after finishing the prayer for them and salat and his dua and invocation and supplication, after that he addressed his companions, the gathering of companions. And there he said that I have no fear. He was telling them that I am about to go, to leave this world physically. But he said, I don't fear that my ummah will again fall into shirk. I don't feel any fear that shirk will again enter into my ummah. Meaning thereby that I have cut the roots of shirk from the ummah. So I don't feel that ummah will go back towards shirk after my death. But the real fear which I feel is that my ummah will get involved in the love of dunya. And the fitna of dunya, the disruption of dunya. The people of my ummah will get involved in dunya. And they will fight for dunya. They can kill one another for dunya. This would be the real danger. And I don't feel any danger of shirk now. Rather, I feel the danger of dunya. So this is the hadith which our sister has referred to. Then she says, Holy Prophet ﷺ said, that on the day of judgment will not occur until one big group from Ummah will join the Mushrikeen. And many people of my Ummah will start worshipping idols. So this is in Sunan Abi Dawud, this is the second hadith. Our sister wants, whoever the questioner is, she wants to resolve this conflict, apparently, seemingly, which is not really a conflict, it's not actually a conflict, but it looks like that. But on one hand, Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying that there will be no shirk in my ummah. And here, Holy Prophet ﷺ said that the day of judgment will not occur until a group from my ummah, amongst my ummah, will again start worshipping the idols. The last days of the time, before the end of the time. So what would be, how would we create a consonance between two ahadith, and how would we resolve this apparent conflict or apparent contradiction? So the answer is that there is no contradiction between these two ahadith.